were truly friends. We were entertained, and both of them were the breakout stars of this show, in my opinion. But unfortunately, fame, fans, Bravo, production, and Andy, as well as a couple of envious doctors, Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Jackie, contributed to the demise of their friendship. Now, Dr. Heavenly didn't come along to Married to Medicine until the second season. However, she was an extra during season one. And during season one, Mariah Huq ended up getting in a fight with Toya Bush. And I'm not going to be all drawn out, but I want to set a foundation. Everybody currently is in an uproar, upset, angry at the way that Quad Webb is being treated right now. So it's been speculated that Quad Webb is indeed getting fired from Married to Medicine. However, it's not official, but according to Quad Webb herself, we will no longer see her on the show, or at least in any further episodes after this next episode that's airing. My thing is, it's hard for me to feel sympathy for Quad as a fan of Mariah Huq because I was a fan from the inception of this show, and I saw how, as Heavenly has clearly stated, production has played a part in passing along confidential information, or should I say communication, between production executives and cast members about what one another is saying about each other. And I believe that's exactly what they did in order to get Mariah Huq kicked off of her own show. Because I remember that uh, Dr. Heavenly had made statements that Mariah had referred to her as being ugly and overweight, and that's why she wasn't casted. And I'm sure that maybe I don't know if it's true or not. I am a fan of Mariah Huq's. However, I'm sure there may have been conversations between Mariah and the other producers of the show. They made Mariah feel as if she was one of them. She was part of the crowd, part of management, and there was dialogue back and forth. And in an attempt to get Mariah booted off her show, they went back and told the women of the show, i.e., Dr. Jackie, Toya, Dr. Heavenly was the extra during the first season, but during season two, Dr. Heavenly was casted, as well as Quad, information that uh, allegedly Mariah may have said, which turned the ladies against her, which is reminiscent of currently in 2023, what Dr. Heavenly has stated has happened with Quad, why the women are upset with her and now want her off. Truth be told, when Married to Medicine first started back in 2013, Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone did not like Quad. They thought she was lowbrow, she was beneath them, and she was ghetto. But what saved Quad is that she was best friends with Mariah Huq, the creator of the show. Mariah Huq had allowed Quad to live in her home. Her husband, Dr. Aiden Huq, facilitated in uh, Quad getting a job in pharmaceutical sales. And at one point, prior to Quad getting married, she also dated Mariah Huq's cousin, who was a reported drug dealer that got arrested. And it's well known, and Mariah has mentioned it. But I believe they put information in Quad's ear because if you get rid of both Quad and Mariah at the same time, that show would have plummeted. Married to Medicine's fan base could be huger. And you have to respect that the numbers that they have, even before this season, because those of you that are diehard fans of Married to Medicine, you remember how bad they treated this show. They never had a set day that they would air. You might see them on a Friday. Next thing you know, Bravo has put them on Saturday. Then they may be on Sunday. They just bounced them around. They never had a consistent or set time schedule. And they didn't give them proper advertisement as they did other Bravo shows, especially the ones that did not have melanated cast members, i.e., the color of a brown paper bag or darker. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? So, baby, even with all of that going on, Married to Medicine has always had a consistent fan base, so you can't take that from them. So their numbers would be higher. Once they were able to successfully get Mariah Huq removed from the show, ratings did go down. But then we ended up finding some cast members that we were able to like or tolerate because we may have forgotten or, what they may have done in the past. But what I want you all to realize, if you're not a diehard fan of Married to Medicine and you're just now hopping on the train within the last 3 seasons, I need you to take the time to go back to season 1 and watch it from the beginning so you can see the roles that each person played. Editing does play a huge part in the opinion in the way that a cast member, their image is displayed on television, and it skews our opinion of them based on what we see, because a lot of times they cannot break the fourth wall, or they're unwilling and they're not coming out front and just saying what's going on. So you don't know. We're not privy to everything behind the scenes. But anyway, um Toya, we didn't like her during the first season because she came on and she disclosed that Mariah Huq's daughter was adopted by her husband, Dr. Aiden Huq. And I know their daughter is above the age of 18 now, but I choose not to share her name. And you all are smart. You can Google to find that information yourself because that young woman is still someone's child. But that information was shared on a national platform, and that's what created the rift between Mariah Huq and Toya Bush Harris. Then Dr. Jackie ended up having a dispute with Mariah during her lemon squeeze, where she brought all of the women together to try to mend the relationship between Toya and Mariah. However, Mariah made a comment, and I'm paraphrasing right now, but it was along the lines of or you would understand if you had children. Due to Dr. Jackie's inability to have children as a result of being a breast cancer survivor, she took offense to that and she went on the attack. So ever since that statement was made, she's had it in for Mariah. One, she's a doctor, and all doctors have an ego. And if you're not on their level, they think they're better than you. So that was already strike number one. Strike number two, when Mariah made that comment, that statement that infuriated her, but that comment was not made to attack Dr. Jackie. That comment is a statement, rather, is a statement that most women with children or any parent with children would make to someone that does not have children. It's not to attack you, but it's to try to get you to understand that you're going to be hurt, you're going to be angry because you're going to go into mama or papa bear overload to protect your children. And someone that does not have children, yes, they can have empathy and be upset, but it wouldn't be at the same level as someone that had children. And Mariah wasn't making a difference, whether if the child was adopted, a stepchild, or whatever else. She's just saying if you had a child. So Dr. Jackie just used that. Dr. Jackie has always been sneaky and conniving and shady. Her dirt just isn't shown on screen. They keep it hidden behind the scenes. Dr. Jackie was a quiet lapdog. But then in season two, when they brought along Dr. Heavenly is the aggressive, loud, in your face attack dog. And it's not concerned about her image as a physician, or rather a dentist. She's willing to say whatever the producers want her to say for the ratings of the show. And she'll do anything for money. So Dr. Jackie saw that she's a very intelligent woman. So she utilized and developed a friendship with Dr. Heavenly so that she could do her attacking. Dr. Jackie is able to remain looking good and nice, while Dr. Heavenly is the one that's viewed negatively. I believe their goal was to always try to have a predominantly casted show of physicians rather than wives. Uh, Dr. Jackie, Dr. Simone, all of the doctors, even Dr. Heavenly, they don't really respect Toya because she's not a doctor. She's a doctor's wife and she sits at home and they don't respect her. They always pick on her and make fun of her, but that's her right. Toya has been afforded the opportunity to stay at home and be a full time stay at home mom. She has a husband that's willing to work 2 and 3 jobs to make sure he takes care of the family. So that's them. But to me, it appears as if Married to Medicine is like playing a revised, how can I put it, game of Survivor. It's a numbers game. The more people that are sticking together, it's easier to get somebody kicked off of the show because majority rules. And then everybody wants their check or they're afraid, so they're willing to play along so they're not the one to get kicked off the show. You know what's unfortunate about this show? They were able to successfully ruin the friendship between Mariah Huq and Quad Webb. That's the first thing. But secondly, a hostile work environment was created for Mariah Huq because oftentimes you found her going against majority of the cast. And she's good with the words and she has to come back and she could take her own, but it became stressful. During that time from the second season, from season 2 until season 6, Mariah ended up having a miscarriage. Her mother had a stroke. Not once was it shown on Married to Medicine, and not once had any of her cast members reached out to her, which is unfortunate. And it was during that time when Mariah had her miscarriage, which made me look definitely know that Dr. Jackie, as an OBGYN, she's a shitty person. No sympathy, no remorse, no nothing. But all's not lost, and everything isn't bad because Mariah was able to successfully sue Bravo, NBC, Purveyors of Pop, as well as NBC for failing to pay her royalties on Married to Medicine, the entire franchise. And when I say franchise, that's Married to Medicine Atlanta, Married to Medicine Houston, Married to Medicine Los Angeles. Because what those people did in essence, because let me back up, what those people did in essence is booted up her off her show and also go on to make spin-offs of Married to Medicine. and not pay her nor give her credit. I remember years ago, Heavenly, so brazenly made the comment, Mariah's nobody. She sold her show for pennies on a dollar, and she laughed about it. But wow, it's 2023, and guess what? Mariah has gotten millions. Her name is listed as the executive producer. It's not only listed, but she's getting paid, and she's the creator. And she doesn't even have to come and act a fool and put her family under undue stress on television. But I'll be glad when the women start showing their reality. Now, I was a little sad to see where Quad during this last episode finally came forward to acknowledge what Toya was doing with her wine endeavor. However, it was too little too late. If we are to believe everything that Dr. Heavenly mentioned, how Quad talked so bad about all of the women, now they've given her their ass to kiss, as she has done to them on several occasions. So, all I can tell you, Quad Webb fans, is come on over here with the Mariah Huq fans. And now you know how we felt when our lady got kicked to the curb. But it eventually gets better. And so I think the best thing to come out of this would be for Quad to reach out to Mariah and for them to, you know, resolve any issues that they may have. Because I know it hurts and it stinks. But Quad, you were complicit and you joined along with the other women when you were instrumental in getting Mariah kicked off the show she created. So now it's 3 years later, and the ladies are now doing it to you. If they would do that to the creator of the show, what do you think they'll do to you? All of you are expendable. But hey, I'm just misbehaving. Please like this video on your way out if you haven't liked the video on your way in. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Share the video. Share if you care. Share if you're not scared. Leave a comment below so we can have a healthy dialogue. Like and dislike the video. I'm misbehaving and I'm having fun. Be safe in these YouTube streets. Good day.